Hi everyone, it's Kat. I have another video for you looking at gearing up for Chaos Descending. So in the last video, we looked at the gear you could get from questing in CD. So just as a solo player, what are the type of things you could get that would actually help you make that leap from solo into heroic groups? Today we're going to look at player-made gear. So the mastercrafted gear that you see on the broker, MC gear that maybe your guildies can make for you, or if you're a crafter, things that you can make for yourself. Now, I think we're going to take a separate video, probably down the line, to get more into the specifics for each individual class, which set of mastercrafted gear you're going to want to pick. For now, let's just say that you have that set picked out and it's the best for your class. What do you do when you get it, and what things do you want to look for if you can't actually do it yourself when you buy it off the broker? So, first thing you want to look for, and of course, if you can't make it yourself, you can always ask a guildie. We have plenty in our guild that have armorers and woodworkers and weaponsmith and tailors and jewelers, just everybody to make anything for you can need. But what you want to make sure they make you is mastercrafted, right? It's going to be the academic set. So the basic, no rare version, the student version, you don't want that. You want academics. You want them to make it with refined rares. So why do you want them to do that? Well, if I just look at the basic helm, and I'm just going to use this as an example. You look at the bottom here, it says it's intunable, it's infusible, it's got 1,008 primary attributes, and it has 2,330 stamina. Well, let's compare that to the same exact thing, but made with refined. So this one has 50 more primary attributes, has over 100 more stamina, and you'll see the tag on the bottom. Instead of just intunable and fusible, it now says attunable, refined, and infusible. Okay, so that's how you can tell if you're looking on the broker whether it was made with refined or not. Is that tag on the bottom. And 50 primary attributes or 100 stamina may not seem like a lot for like one item, but remember this is just one item, is that think of all these slots that you will fill with mastercrafted gear. That is all going to add up. And EQ2 is a game that there is no single silver bullet, right? There is no like this one item I get and I don't need to worry about anything else. It's everything always adds up. Okay, so you want to give yourself as much as you can, especially on something this easy. All right, so I've got a set of refined mastercrafted gear. Am I done? Not even close, right? So once you get that set of refined gear, you're going to want to experiment on it. So what's experimenting? How do I do that? Well, it's another thing you spec for in your trade skill AAs. So if you look at your trade skill prestige, okay, your first tab general, it's this middle spec right here. So this bottom one, experimentation, you want to make sure you are 5 out of 5 because you can experiment on the same item 5 times. And you want to do all 5 times. If this isn't 5, if it's only 2, it'll only let you experiment twice. And you also do this Farsi tabs. Look down here, this is also season experimentation. You also have, if you guys are crafters, you also have a set of gear, or at least several items of gear that will help you with experimentation. So like the Coldane Persia, right? That'll help you with experimenting, because experimenting is actually kind of tough. And there is a write-up on the wiki that explains how to do it. But the counters, you can't miss them. Like they're not very forgiving, so it's not unusual to actually destroy an item by missing counters. So you absolutely want to, if you haven't done this before, practice. I would make some really low level stuff that you don't care if you lose and practice experimenting on it. But once you have your AA set up, you will notice instead of just having your normal crafting tab, you'll have the second tab that says experiment. And this gives you all the things that you could possibly experiment on. And they actually do pull from like your bank. So just be aware of that. You might have to scroll through a lot of stuff if you have things in your bank. But let's see, but this one right here, this is the refined one that is in my bags. So if I want to experiment on that, It's this middle one right here, the boost stat. So it's going to give me options that I can experiment into and boost those stats. Now, we talked about there's several things we're looking for, right? You can't boost resolve, right? It's just going to be the resolve that comes with it. But you can boost potency, which it's hard to go wrong with too. It'll let you boost 5% up to 33.6. Now, it will only let you do that once though, okay? Because once I experiment on this, it's going to get a tag, okay? So I've got the basic one with no tag. The second one here, it's going to get this extra title to it. So it's now the experimental whatever, whatever. And if I experiment on it twice, it's going to be prototypical, and 3 times is innovative, and the 4th time is ingenious, and then it goes to the last one, which is visionary. Okay? But if I've already done one boost into potency, or any other stat for that matter, and I've got something that's experimental, if I want to do a second boost in the potency, it's only going to let me do 2.5%. So every time I experiment into the same stat, it's going to go down by half. The next one after this is 1.25. After that, it's 0.5. And it keeps going down. So it's hard to go wrong with potency. You could do all 5 boosts into it, but it really depends on your tune and what gear you already have, what stats you're sorely lacking in. So keep that in mind. You know, you do have other options, but you definitely want to do at least several into potency. But you do have other options because, like I said, it does the return does go down on that. Okay, so you say, cat, look at this. I've got this whole set of gear. It's made with refined rares. It's experimented into. It's all visionary, but my stats are still really low. I thought I was going to be better off. Well, there's still more stuff you can do, right? And there's still more stuff you kind of have to do. And once you get done with experimenting, then you want to move on to infusing. So there are 2 different types of infusing, and EQ2 Libraries has a really good write-up on infusing if you want to go read up on that a little bit. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of an overview. So if you go to your EQ2 button, go to Equipment Infusion. This is the first type of infusion you can do, right? And it's plat infusion. So this, you don't need any infusers. All you need is plat, and you do need quite a bit of it. But if you put your item in that spot right there, it's going to light up and it's going to tell you you have 25% chance to infuse stamina, potency, crit bonus, lots of things into your item. And it's going to cost you 38 plat, or however much it says. You click it, and it'll tell you, you know, like either it worked and it infused a small amount, or like the message I just got, it failed to infuse, but some power did make it into it, and next time you'll have a better chance. And it'll let me do it again, and this time it's asking for more plat. And you just go through this. It'll continually ask you for more and more plat, and keep going until you can't infuse anymore. And this does get kind of pricey, so be aware of that and have the plat ready. Okay, so I completely plat infuse this item as high as I can. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna cost me a little bit of plat here. And you'll see it failed, but then it worked, and then you get failed, but it worked. And then finally it won't let me infuse anymore, and that's when I stop. So that was the first type of plat infusing though. So what other types are there? There's using the physical infusers. So you probably see these a lot. You'll get them as drops from Quest. These can also be used to infuse stamina, potency, crit bonus, ability mod into some of your gear. So pretty much everything takes stamina and potency. Ability mod and crit bonus depends on whether or not the item has it to begin with. Now, these are the latest infusers from Chaos Descending, from those areas. But you may have older infusers, or you may have player-made infusers. You can use all of these. So, and as you notice, like you get that failed to infuse message. Next time it'll have a better chance. Next time it'll be stronger. So you probably want to use some of your weaker, some of your older physical infusers first. And all you do is right click, click use, click on the item. It'll tell you there you go, fail to infuse, but some power to make it in. You'll get a better chance next time. And just keep going with that. And I've got mine kind of from like my weakest to my strongest here. Like just keep infusing, and then you move on to potency, to crit bonus, to whatever it'll take until it can't infuse anymore. But eventually, you will find that doing experimenting, using refined, and physical and plat infusing, you will hit well over 60k potency. You'll meet your CB cap. This should really do it for you guys to get you to at least that bottom threshold to get into heroics if you do these points. Now, this is not the end for gear. We're still going to want to talk about reforging. We're going to want to talk about extracting planner essences and making your weapons more powerful. But we're going to do that in another video next time. So, hope this helps. Have fun. And I think we'll talk about how you guys can make your infusers too when we talk about crafting. All right, I'll see you guys next time.